Man. Yes. I got him. Yes. Let's go. He's just a little buck, but I got him. He literally walked. I don't know if you can see him or not. He literally walked. Right, he about walked right under me. He looked right up at me. And he walked in. That was like I'll say, well, here, I got my rangefinder. I think that was like a 15-yard shot. 18-yard shot. Yes! I seen some sparks. I think I hit something that sparked. But I got him. Yes! 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 I didn't even have time. I was looking behind me and looked up, and you could see I don't know if you can see my knock sitting there or not, but he was literally 20 yards looking, and I was like, oh crap, is that a deer? Oh my gosh. Yes! Let's go! Man, I hope that was a good shot. It was a little hard to see, but I know I got him, so I'm gonna give it some time. It's like 60 something degrees, so I'm gonna have to give it some time. I might have to be quick about it, but I gotta give him some time because I'm not entirely sure I know where I hit him, but I got him though. I'm almost 90% sure I got him. It sounded like it hit him, so let's go. I'll turn y'all back on whenever it gets light enough and I get down and start tracking. Well, everyone, I'm able to talk loud because my arrow, I don't know if you can see it back behind me there, but it's 18 yards away, and it's lit up, and it's pretty sure it's got some blood on it. I was waiting until it got light. I didn't even get to post the round 30 something that I'm on. Came back out to the point that I was at yesterday evening where I've got a couple scrapes about 30 yards away. When I walked in, I checked them this morning, and it looked like something hit them last night, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if they'll be good or not. Hopefully these buzzards don't get my deer. And I was sitting here waiting on it to get light, and I look up, and it looked like a deer standing at like 20, 25 yards looking at me. And I got, is that a deer? That's a deer, and stood up. And it was dark enough he couldn't see me up here as good until he got real close. So I grabbed my bow, got everything. I wasn't able to turn this GoPro on. I didn't want him to bust me, but I was able to get the one on. I don't know if you can see the shot. You'll be able to see the knock. Don't know if you'll be able to see the deer because it was just early enough. I don't think I had camera light, but it was within the 30 minutes, that legal shooting time, 30 minutes before sunrise. But he walked in. He was about to walk basically under me. He was like within 5 yards of this tree. And he just so happened to look up. And I was at full draw. He just so happened to look up. And he could see something, but he couldn't. The wind was blowing perfect right out to where it goes out. The lake is right behind me. So it was blowing perfect to where the wind, he couldn't smell me. He just kind of could see something moving. And actually my straps on my climber, they might be blowing around. That might have been what got his attention. But I thought it was over. I was like, crap, he spotted me. He's going to take off. But he jumped and kind of bounded off. And he went to 18 yards, and I stopped him, put it right on him, and shot. And I heard the thwack of my bow, and then I heard thump of it hitting. So it sounds like I hit him. I haven't got down to look at the arrow. It's real warm out, so I gotta pretty well hurry. I'm just trying to give it some time. The wind is blowing so hard, I can't hear a crash. So he ran out that way. So if it was a hit and I got blood, he shouldn't be very far if it's a good hit. So I probably gonna give it another couple minutes or so to be able to. I'm shaking like crazy. I got the antlers out. I was gonna rattle and grunt this morning, and it looks like I didn't need to, so I'll turn you guys off, but I'm gonna probably get down, go look at the arrow, and I guess I'll cut you all back on either when I find him or when I start trailing the blood. Well, everyone, here he is. He's not a giant, but he is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 point, which is my first 9 point ever. He came in and he about walked under me at he come in about 5 yards. I noticed him at 20 yards and I was paying attention, but this wind, it made it so hard to hear. And I looked up and it was just dark enough I could shoot, or it was light enough to shoot, but a little dark, so it was hard to tell if it was a tree or not. But I was perfectly legal in the 30-minute mark for shooting early. And I looked up and I said, "Is that a deer standing there?" And after staring at it for a little bit, I confirmed that it was a deer because I seen it move just a little bit. And I stood up and I couldn't tell if it was looking at me or not. But I stood up and was able to grab my bow, and he walked in about 5 yards, and I was fully drawn back, and I thought it was going to be just like my big 8 point, that he was going to walk in and he was going to be right under me when I shot. But he ended up looking right at me. I think he seen my climber has the straps on it so I can carry it, and I think with the wind blowing, it might have been blowing those around, so he might have caught that. But he bounded off to about 18 yards, and I put it right on him and shot. And I was a nervous wreck because I found blood on my arrow, and it was a light pinkish blood, but there was just no blood on the ground or anything, and I was a nervous wreck thinking that I hit him real high or something. But it turns out I made a beautiful, perfect double lung shot. It's a little bit smaller, I think, body of a deer. It could just be the way he's laying here, but I know he's got a giant rack, and there's some bigger bucks around here, but I am happy with him. I am in my urban zone, so this little guy will be donated to Arkansas Hunters for the Hungry. But it's 60 something degrees, so I might have to pack up. I gotta go back and get my orange beanie that I marked blood with and go get my arrow. But I've got to gut him and get out of here as quick and process him so nothing bad happens to the meat, and so I can donate him. So I will catch you all in the next one, and hopefully the next video will be another deer kill.